Like, I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, a little rhythm going. Yeah, a little song going there.
Putting a little something together, a little bar, a little this, a little that.
Okay, we got time.
A little sprinkle of that ting on there.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Y'all niggas ready?
Freddy.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to StruggleHolics podcast, episode
97.
97.
97.
I was trying to look it up real quick while you was going. I'm like, damn, slow this intro down a little bit, nigga.
I'll take it to heaven.
9-7 in this thing. We are your host, Clayton.
Jay Smooth.
Alisha A.
Amondo.
Back up in this thing.
Yeah.
Once again.
I've been waiting to record this week, too.
Dog, so much shit has been happening this week. I don't even know where to start.
We're going to start with rest in peace, Takeoff.
Yes.
Oh, man.
First and foremost.
Yeah, like just hearing the topic, I just start feeling a whole bunch of shit. So, firstly, like, definitely, what the fuck was that?
I have no idea. I thought somebody blew in the mic.
What was that?
Whatever. Definitely rest in peace to Takeoff. That was extremely tragic what happened. And what's really sad and fucking disgusting, honestly, is that it was over a dice game.
No.
Like,
reportedly it wasn't over a dice game.
No?
Yeah.
There's been multiple different reports.
Okay, I didn't hear a lot of
So did
so
someone
allegedly
actually
it could have
attempt
been
to shoot him? Because I heard it was an accident,
it was
too.
an accident.
It was all, like, every story basically says that he was shot by accident. So that's confirmed.
Like, he was the one that wasn't doing shit, just in the back chilling.
Yeah.
So other people were shooting each other and he was in crossfire or what? What was this?
Somebody got
basically
put the gun out, said they got the shooting, and then they say Takeoff got hit. They say they seen his body just drop after he got hit. Then other people start shooting back.
What the fuck?
That's what they allegedly saying. We don't really know what happened, but
allegedly
he lost his life.
The story I heard is, and I hate that. I hate like talking about this because it's like somebody lost their life.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, this chick said she was there, but you can only take that with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. She said that it wasn't even over a dice game. Quavo and Takeoff, they was both chilling. Like, they both wasn't like really starting shit. Apparently, the crews that they was with, they got into it with some people hours before that shit happened. So when they were at the event where they was at, those same people came and shit got to going again. Somebody from on the side where Takeoff was pulled out and tried to shoot at them, and he got hit by accident. And they started shooting back, and he got hit again. And allegedly, they said Quavo passed out after like seeing Takeoff get killed. Like, yeah, he's in fucking shock.
Yeah, that's your family.
That's horrible.
This is
a real family.
Yeah,
that's his nephew.
It's real family.
That's horrible.
Basically, his brother. That's his brother. Can't even say his nephew.
Yeah, bro, that's just to see your brother next. Man, that's just some serious shit right there.
Especially when you're not expecting. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like,
you ain't thinking not today.
Yeah.
You ain't thinking that.
And I hate these conspiracy theories that came out basically saying that they sacrificed Takeoff so his career can go. The whole Illuminati thing.
You know, I knew that. Bro, listen, that's one of the first. I said,
I hate that.
It's going to get weird.
Bro, the Illuminati is not letting everybody in. I don't know why people just assume motherfuckers getting sacrificed and they putting these motherfuckers in the Illuminati.
Some people can't handle, like, I feel like traumatic things happening to celebrities, you know, because they like see them and idolize them. So I feel like this is like their way to like cope with that. Yeah, they just make up a crazy conspiracy, like, oh, there's no way that like the Michael Jackson conspiracies, bro. There's no way he died.
I don't think that they even doing this to cope. I think they just want to be those conspiracy niggas and be like,
that too. Yeah,
this is all part of the plan. Blah blah blah. Like, no, small shit like this to the Illuminati is not.
Yeah.
And everybody's not in the Illuminati. If the Illuminati is real, which I believe it is the people that's in the Illuminati is the motherfuckers that own the banks,
Migos
the media
is not in the Illuminati.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Rappers are not in the Illuminati.
I think some rappers would be.
You got to be.
You don't think Jay-Z would be in the Illuminati?
Subsector.
I don't
Come
think
on.
Jay-Z's in it.
Like the little Natties.
I feel like he would.
They ain't the big
The little Natties.
Natties.
I feel like Jay-Z would qualify the threshold to be able to make the Illuminati, but I don't think he's actually in.
I don't think he is.
I think he is.
Like, I think he's.
I think if there is one, he's part of it.
I think
him
like,
and Beyonce are for sure.
I think
in that
like
bitch.
NFL owners, government officials, motherfuckers that own banks, motherfuckers.
You gotta
that
have some
own-
kind of entertainers in there to
No.
help manipulate and get your word out. Yeah, for sure.
Well, you could
No,
just
they
pay
ain't got to
them-
be in the Illuminati.
No, you could just
I
pay
think
them
so.
and give them a lot of fucking money to spread this message. You could do that.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah.
But you're not about to. Everybody can't be in the Illuminati. They say Kanye's in it. You think the Illuminati's gonna trust Kanye with their secrets and expect this nigga not to say anything?
You ain't gotta trust them with the secrets. Everybody got to get used for a reason, though.
I
That's
believe.
true, though.
No,
like you said, the little
You ain't
Natties.
got to, especially in them organizations. Everybody don't know everything that's going on. You know, your
There's
exact
the little
person
man
supposed
and
to
there's the
follow.
big man,
I
like the
believe-
big decision makers.
Yeah.
I believe they use people, but I don't think that these motherfuckers are in it. Just because you spreading their message don't mean you in it.
They can actually still be getting used and still not even be in it. That's the whole thing.
That's what I believe.
Sick.
They getting used, but you ain't joining the club.
But I'm not trying to go too far off topic with that. It's extremely sad that Takeoff lost his life. I pray that Quavo, Offset, and
They fat.
all their loved ones like get close and hold each other together during this hard time, because that shit's sad. And to the motherfuckers who saying that it was Quavo's fault, or trying to say it's a conspiracy theory and all that, or people even sharing the video of the shit happening. Or
Did you see TMZ? Y'all are fucking
I saw that shit by
disgusting, bro.
accident, bro.
No, I didn't watch.
I didn't
the
even
video.
know what it was. When
I didn't watch
clicked
the
on it. I
video,
was
but
like, what the fuck is
all the
this?
stuff TMZ posted, like I was just scrolling. I didn't click on anything. Like you're absolutely sick for that.
No, the moment I seen like if it's possibly this video before it actually
Yeah,
shows,
I
body,
didn't
like I
even-
could just see
yeah.
like a crowd of people or whatever. I keep scrolling. I'm like, I'm not about to watch that.
Oh, because somebody shared the post on Instagram,
I'll scroll past Instagram. I'm not.
like on their story, and I clicked on it 'cause I was like, I wanted to see what it was, but there was no context with it, and I just saw that shit. I was like, and
Oh, that's so fucked.
I hate all them videos. I don't want none of that shit sent to my phone.
please,
I don't care if it's just a random regular person. I don't like
Mhm.
that shit sent to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that
We-
because y'all
That shit's
sharing
stupid.
all this shit. They got families and kids and all that that's going to see this too. No, nobody should have to see that.
You know,
Mhm.
we don't respect death anymore, man.
It's true.
Like the fact that somebody's dying in front of you, and your first thought is to get out your phone and record that shit.
And my
that-
bad, go ahead.
That shit is
Don't want to
sick,
help
bro.
them or
That shit is kind of sick, bro.
And,
Like y'all really got to think about that.
and fuck the people that's making jokes about the shit. Like right after that shit happened,
I see
motherfuckers
that.
making jokes.
I'm like,
yeah.
I seen somebody make a post earlier today saying like, the Migos was on their way. They was on their
I
way
know what
out
you're
of here,
talking about.
but one of them took off, something like
That's
that.
not even funny.
But
That's just
they
corny.
trying to be funny, but like they say shit like that. I'm like, bro, that's not
That shit
Yeah.
funny ass shit.
like that shit is not cool.
Man,
Funny.
people gonna make their jokes. That's a
I understand people make their jokes, but it's also a grieving time.
100% true. But this, we live in the internet era, man.
No, I know that. I mean, I know niggas
1
gonna nigga.
second is enough time. for me
Niggas
to
go
post
nigga.
something.
dog.
I know niggas gonna nigga,
What?
but what I'm saying
Some
is,
niggas be having shit.
Nah, bro.
Like you had to have this locked and loaded in the stash. Sometimes niggas be having shit coming out so quick. It be
They
like, bro,
can't
this shit
even
just
wait
happened
to
2
stop
seconds ago.
typing.
That's like at some
How the fuck
point,
is memes about this already?
at some point, niggas will have to stop niggaing all the time, because then they're promoting these rappers to keep doing the shit and acting like the way that they are and getting in situations where they potentially shit can pop off. Like you're a rapper, that shit, your chance of death, like honestly, it starts to shoot up right away, because you're automatically in that type of lifestyle where it's promoting a lot of gang violence and guns and killing bitches and fucking like
If that's the
all,
kind of
whatever
rapper
all that
you
shit.
are.
I mean,
But-
If that's your style of rapping, though.
and the Migos, even though they rap like that, they was never talking about gunplay for real. They was talking about like I
I'm
got
not even
niggas
saying-
that's around me, but
I'm not even saying just them, but like in general, that's the type of shit that gets promoted all the time. So of course, like that's the lifestyle that y'all live, and it's gonna keep creating more chaos, and more people are gonna keep dying.
You think these
So
record companies give a fuck? They don't want you talking about positivity, uplifting.
No,
your
they
culture.
don't. I know that they don't, bro. I know that they don't, and it's really sad.
Man, come on now.
Yeah, you're going against what You're going against the agenda.
We need destruction. We don't need no peace around these motherfuckers.
No. If you talk about God and all that shit, bro, your music don't get played. Why you think motherfuckers are calling Chance the Rapper?
Mm-hmm.
I just said,
I just don't care for his music
Yeah, my
personally.
nigga did have.
If it was like somebody else rapping, you know, that was doing like the same
Chance,
thing.
but
That no problems with
Better
Heat,
example,
though.
please.
yeah.
No problems was he.
I said,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had some slappers.
He had a couple
most
bangers.
He had some, yes.
We give him credit where credit's due. He not an Illuminati or nothing, but you know.
But the next big topic, what is it?
Semitism.
Yes. Semitism.
Anti-Semitic.
What's that?
Anti-Semitic.
What's
That's
this?
the
this?
shit Kanye was talking about the Jews, and now Kyrie Irving. He just got suspended for
He
5
did get
games.
suspended?
They just announced it like an hour ago that he got suspended for 5 games.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Because what?
Because he refused to apologize. So Kyrie Irving, long story short, he shared a book / movie on like Instagram. He just put it up, I assume with no context.
Nothing. Just share the post.
Yeah, he just shared the post, and apparently the book he shared has a lot of anti-Semitism in it, and it quotes Adolf Hitler and all this stuff, and they basically, the Jewish community got offended, and Kyrie got up there and said, like, I'm not promoting it, I just put it on my platform. He like, y'all up here got all these questions for me, but it's on Amazon. Nobody's holding these questions for Amazon. Why is everybody coming at me? And he's like, I'm not promoting it. Like, but you put it on your platform. He like, that means I'm promoting it. And this, you are.
That's what Amazon's promoting too.
And basically, he was refusing to apologize. Then he finally did an interview. That was, 4 or 5 days ago when he did that? He did an interview today, and he wasn't apologetic. He was saying, I take responsibility for the things that he like, even though there was some falsehood in this book / movie. That doesn't mean just because I shared it doesn't mean I agree with everything that was in it. And he said, I take full responsibility, but basically he was dancing around saying, I'm sorry. He didn't want to say I'm sorry, so he didn't. He just danced around it. And he really didn't take accountability. And they said him and his team was supposed to meet with the, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically anti-defamation of Semitism, basically. They were supposed to meet with them. He didn't meet them. He didn't meet with them, even though they were saying they were going to. He just donated $500K towards them. And
Got my face with that bullshit, boy.
No, he did not just throw money at it.
Yeah, shit. That's
You
what they do.
wanna
To us. No, that's what they do to us.
You want to talk about the fucking...
if you look at this honestly, they're actually holding the same way they treat about black people is the same way they doing Kyrie Irving with this. As much as people say like, oh, y'all was quiet when Kanye said slavery was a choice or blah, blah, blah. No, we was in an uproar. And Kanye came back and apologized quick. The difference in that is Kyrie didn't apologize. And
then he explained himself. Kanye explained what he meant by that.
But also,
or gave us time to
Kyrie
understand
don't explain.
it more.
Kyrie comes off like, I'm smarter than y'all.
I'm a prophet.
And
hold every word I say to
if I explain myself to y'all not gonna understand. Y'all just gonna take my words, twist it, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm not even about to bother to explain. But what I'm saying is, if a white person went up there and said something racist, they will hold that dude accountable too. The difference is we see Kyrie getting tore down, so we find a little shit that the media didn't go as hard for to complain about. What you got, Mondo?
I was gonna say I wouldn't even compare it to say something racist. I would compare it to say a white person posting, goddamn, Making of America. Or what the fuck was the name of that movie? Goddamn, they remade it a little while ago, but it was the black version. Goddamn,
I don't watch movies. I ain't even gonna lie.
It was about the Ku Klux Klan and stuff.
Oh.
Not watching movies.
I think they would hold a white person accountable for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Making of America or something.
You never
figure it out.
watched the movie before?
My thing about this whole
No, I ain't never watched this shit, but I knew.
My whole thing about this
Nat Turner, they did a movie by Nat Turner.
My thing is with this whole people are like, if you notice now lately, people have been getting canceled left and right for shit that they send online.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, and then when they get canceled, they want to complain about being canceled. and like all like free speech is being attacked. No, freedom of speech is a thing, but that doesn't make you freedom of consequences. My thing is, if y'all want to talk the shit y'all want to talk, that's fine. Do what y'all want, but do it on your own platform.
Especially when you have a following.
Yeah,
like you're full of shit. Oh, I wasn't promoting anything.
Kyrie could have did all this when he was a free agent and or retired from the league, and he still would have the same following. And you wouldn't have no real repercussions from your job. You can't be on a job, say some wild shit, and then get mad at your job for holding you accountable, and you get fired.
Or not even wild, suggestive things.
Yeah.
Hey, when you work for them people, you got to follow them people rules.
Exactly. You getting
working
their
for
money.
them people.
Yeah, you working for them. You getting their money. And all this shit, and you're threatening their bottom line.
Facts.
Kyrie, he shared something that's anti. I hate trying to say it because I'll keep fucking it up.
Anti-Semitic.
Yeah, anti-Semitic. And the owner of the team or GM or whoever might not be as offended by that, but because the advertisers are offended, and we gonna start pulling our advertisers because of what your employee did, we want to start taking our money back. Now you affecting my money.
Not only the advertisers, but the public, the consumers.
I think most of the people don't.
I mean,
give a
because
fuck.
the consumers is where that money's coming from too.
It's coming down to money for them. I'm gonna be honest with you.
To be honest,
Exactly.
more people are with Kyrie than they're not with Kyrie on this, and that's the crazier part. And I think that's why they're going so hard on Kyrie, because a lot more people are with them.
Yeah, it's
surprising.
like for me with the whole Kyrie situation, what really made it look bad. And the reason that Adam Silver waited until today to make even a statement about anything was because he wanted to see what the Nets organization was going to do, which I thought was really fucking stupid because they're very dysfunctional as it is already. Given all their bullshit, getting ready to hire Ime Udoka, all the other shit.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Toxic.
Dog.
The man, the myth, the legend, Ime Udoka.
Hey, he gonna bring them back to life though. I don't know how, but
Could you imagine?
Somebody getting fucked
Did
in
he
that
really
building.
get hired though?
Nobody cares.
dog, they swearing up and down he about
That's what I'm saying,
to.
'cause I
If
thought
Woj
he
reporting
was-
on it, bro, it might as well
Woj
be
basically
like
saying that it's
gospel.
basically about to happen.
Oh my god, he's
They
fun.
just everybody getting distracted with the whole Kyrie thing.
So you got all that going on in the background of all your shit, and like you Adam Silver, you know all this shit is happening, and you're like, whatever. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Whatever.
That makes sense. I want to see how y'all gonna handle the situation. If y'all don't handle it correctly, then I'm gonna step in. If y'all handle it correctly, I don't need to do shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So he waits to see what they do, and Kyrie doesn't come out with a statement right away, and then they just come out with the message that, goddamn, that they're donating $500,000 to anti-Semitic type of like fund organization, and that was it. And everybody was like, "What the fuck?
Ooh.
Like that's it?"
Kyrie was supposed to go meet with them too and talk with them. He did not go.
You see, meet this checkbook.
Yeah,
Basically.
When was the meeting supposed to happen?
Say to you for real, I apologize.
I think it was supposed to happen yesterday, the day
Leave
before.
me the fuck alone. That's what he
I'm not sorry. Take this fucking money.
Yeah, I did what I had to do, man. Come on, now stop playing.
But he didn't apologize. And my thing is like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and you got to be willing to explain. You can't.
I'm gonna say because he really ain't say shit.
Kyrie wanted.
He basically was like,
my issue
I ain't
is
say nothing, really.
My issue with Kyrie, like he want to be he said he's the light for the people.
Yeah, that was rough
So
for me.
he said he's a light
Be
for
the
the
light,
people.
Kyrie. Fuck all that.
No.
Be the light,
My
man. We
God.
need some lights
No.
onto this motherfucker, man.
No, you want to be a light for the people, then explain your message to the people.
Yeah.
You can't just do shit and then expect niggas to just know what you
You
want.
know what it is. That's such a nigga
And then when
move.
people ask you questions about what you're doing, when the media asks you questions, you don't want to explain to them, that's fine. But you don't even explain it to the people that's like your fans and your followers.
Yeah.
You're not even explaining it to us.
Right.
So how we supposed to rock with you if
How
you
we
can't?
supposed to
Because this is the
I'm
only
finna play-
way that
I'm
we
finna play
have of.
devil's advocate.
That's the only way we have of seeing you for real. So we can only really judge it based off of this, and you really not saying much of anything.
But I don't want to give you a pre-mindset of going into this. I want you to go into this with an open mind and you tell me what you think from it. I'm giving you something.
Why not say that though?
But if I don't want to say that. I was going to
Like,
give it to you.
what do you think? This is a very
wait,
interesting
I'm gonna give it to you
documentary.
and
What do
see.
you think?
Exactly. You ain't gotta
Why not say that?
Just drop it.
Or give me
or
3
opinions question
No.
mark like anything.
No.
though.
I gotta put my
Anything.
foot down on
Wait,
this
wait.
Because
because
if you don't post that you're asking, like that's real suggestive.
No.
Like that's
no.
it
No,
could
you-
easily go the other way.
You have to have accountability on this, bro.
I
Because
agree.
you have to be aware of your platform.
Agree.
Of how many people
can't just
follow you
post shit
and
like
how
that.
much of profit that you think you are. You got a following to kind of support that type of ideology that you have.
I have
So
to agree.
it kind of makes sense that you start to think that shit. So then if you understand that you have that type of power and then you post something like this with no context
You
and
just
not
don't
saying
give a fuck.
anything,
Yeah, you really don't give a fuck.
anybody is going to take that message and come to their own conclusions with it. So
Yeah.
you have to explain things like that.
or
Or if you don't, then everybody's just going to speculate and then you're going to look fucking bad and then you're not
Give
going
me-
to apologize and people not going to know why.
give me
Mhm.
3 bullet points as to why I should watch this. I'm talking about like if I'm a Kyrie follower or whatever. Give me 3 bullet points as to why I should watch this.
You don't have.
Sure.
That's the thing. You don't have to watch it.
You don't.
I'm not asking you
Okay.
to click on. This is just something I want to put up here.
Okay.
You can click on it if you
So
want
wait.
to. If you want to, tell me what you think about it. I'm not gonna give you no preset or nothing.
So let
can
me
think
ask you
as
this.
want.
So are you promoting it or not then? At
No.
that point, How are
I feel
not
like you
promoting it?
are because it came into your if you're posting it on your story somehow
I got
it came
a-
to
no,
your
I got some
possession.
good-
You-
So
I
you're
got some
saying
good
I
shit for
have
y'all,
this
boy.
either recommended from somebody or I went and got this myself or look at it like you're if I take a picture of this, say I'm a famous person and there's tons of people who do like hours and this is their job like to look into this research. If I take a picture of this Coke bottle right now and I'm like and it's just I'm famous and I take a picture of the Coke bottle, I have 1 billion followers or something. You mean to tell me no one's gonna comment out that, share that, be like, damn, a Coke sound real good right now. I'm about to go. Oh, Alicia's drinking a Coke. She must love Coke. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Where's she at? Where's she drinking that Coke?
I get it.
It's
But you're not
suggestive as
promoting.
hell.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but
But
you're not
You're low key
it.
promoting it. Yeah.
How are you?
What?
Explain.
People
explain
get
Is it
paid
only
to do
promotion?
this.
Is it only promotion if they get paid to do it?
Wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let
Motherfuckers do free promos all the time.
Yeah, exactly. They just post in
let
it.
Mondo explain.
Listen, first off,
Go ahead.
I would say, do y'all think with slavery movies they promote slavery?
Yes. I'm not saying promote it as
So the people behind movies that make slave movies all the goddamn time, they keep coming out with all these slave movies. They put them in theaters. They got all these goddamn good ass trailers, all this good stuff.
we
Do
only,
y'all think?
we only win Oscars when we play slave.
Like, come on, do they promote slavery? That's all I'm saying.
Yes, absolutely.
I would
I'm
say
But
so.
we don't hold them to the fire. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
It's the
I
same
don't,
thing.
I don't like watching slave movies anyway because it just make. Other
Yeah,
than
I was like-
Django, I don't like watching it just because it makes me
I
hate
don't
white
like.
people.
I don't watch them. on
I have
TV.
never watched 12 Years a Slave, and I don't think
Me
I ever
neither.
will.
I would never watch that.
I
like
did. It wasn't actually as it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
But-
gonna be.
But I ain't never
But
watched
you-
myself.
But with
Yes.
y'all, I'm so saying,
But
do
yes,
y'all
they
feel
are.
like that is a fair comparison?
That's fair.
Yes,
That's
Yeah,
absolutely fair.
That's fair.
yes. Whatever you put out, you're promoting in a sense. You might not be like getting ad dollars or like trying to be like, hey, y'all should really go watch this. But if you put it out, yes, you're promoting it.
Agreed.
We put our podcast up,
Especially
we tell
on
people-
social media, like you're putting it out to the public.
But
You're putting
also
it
can-
forward.
You also put stuff out there that you don't fuck with. Like you'll put up, I don't fuck with this place because of this. But
But
you
you're making
promoting-
you're taking
promoting, you don't fuck with it.
exactly.
yeah, you're promoting that you don't fuck with it.
He
You're putting
didn't
a
let
strong
you
stance
know
on
where
it,
he
though.
stand with this. They don't know where he stand on this.
Exactly, but
There
he's
is
still
so many-
promoting it.
Yes,
But it's
they
the
are.
assumption. But that's what I'm saying.
That's
It's the
fair.
So
Wait,
if somebody
I-
put up a slave documentary or something,
That's true.
and don't put nothing next to it,
You're promoting it still.
So-
you're promoting it.
Yes. And so you put this up, you don't say no context. So when I come ask you, are you anti-Semitic? And
Why would you think that?
your response to
Yo,
me
post
asking you
me.
that question is I can't be anti-Semitic if I'm
If he's also
I can't be anti-Semitic if
Like I'm Semitic
yeah,
or
if
I
I'm
come
Semitic
from
or I
Jewish
come from that.
heritage.
yeah, because he say 12 tribes Jew. I think that's what.
But you say you come from that. Yes, down your lineage that it got to you, yes, you might be part of that. But that doesn't mean you can't be anti-Semitic. You mean to tell me black people can't be racist against other black people?
Mm-hmm.
I
Means
want to say it won't be racist.
it wouldn't technically be
prejudice.
yes, prejudice. But you can still be prejudiced in the sense you can still be prejudiced against Jewish people, which would in a sense make you anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
So when people are asking you, are you anti-Semitic, and you're not just straight up saying like, no, I'm not. You saying I can't be anti-Semitic if I come from a lineage of Semitic people or blah blah blah.
Why
you dance around the question? It's a simple
Trump.
yes or no.
It's the same
And
type of
like you said, but
he tired of reporters. Stop asking about that shit off the court.
Okay,
that's what he on.
You don't want to answer the reporters.
You came
That's
to your own
cool.
Conclusion already.
Don't answer the reporters. Don't answer the reporters, but leave a message with your followers.
You're trying to so-called build.
You can't put something
following
up to your followers and not talk to your followers.
Who said
Kyrie wants to be.
Did he talk in the comments or something? Was he in the comments?
You have to think of the bigger picture. It's not
Look,
all the
Kyrie
people
wants to
who
be a martyr. He wants to be a leader of the people without leading correctly.
All I'm saying
but think about there's kids who follow him. Probably was like, oh, what's this? Went down the rabbit hole, made their own opinions.
When you don't talk
to the people, it speaks to the people.
I understand.
We jump to the negative off top. That speaks to us.
Because you don't even bother to go explain yourself.
It don't matter, but I don't even got to explain myself. But if you automatically jump to a negative, it shows how you are preset.
Being racist is negative in every like.
But how was that
posting suggestively racist material? Yeah, that's negative.
But even still, you don't even bother. You don't even want to try to clean up your name.
With suggestively racist ideals.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it or read it. But what I'm saying is,
if people are getting upset about it, it has to have something in it.
If you're not anti-Semitic and people are misrepresenting what you are intended or misrepresenting you, why not
shut it down?
No, he was trying to shut it down. But what I'm saying, say what you got to say, mean what you got to say.
But what if he didn't want to express it right there on that platform? What if he had a setup where he can express it on a different platform that he wanted to?
Which is why I said he needs to go talk to his followers.
Tons of time.
No, that's why I said he should go talk to his followers. Don't talk to the media. Go on your own Instagram live or whatever,
like all these niggas
and
do.
Go explain to your followers. Is what I'm saying. I can't offer you a car and you ask me what's wrong with it, and I just say, don't worry about it. Just take this car.
It's a car.
That ain't the same thing. We talking
How not?
Instagram posts. We talking
How
about
not?
we not talking about a running car. We talking about
Instagram
post.
If I take a picture of my car and I put it up and I leave no context and somebody's like, "Are you selling it?" Don't worry about that. I can't be selling my car right now. Like, I'm dancing around answering the fucking question. Like, that's stupid.
You can put your car up and not sell it. A lot of people put their car up and don't sell it.
No, I know, but if somebody asks me a question,
that's what I'm saying.
Or like, let's say I put my car up with a for sale.
Why did you post it? Why did you post your car?
I like my car.
But look, if I put it,
I had to be selling my car. I liked my car. My car was looking good this day. The sun was sitting at a good angle.
Why can't you just say that?
I don't want to say that. Why can't I just post my fucking car?
So it's safe to assume that we can think that you don't like your car.
No,
yes, it is safe to assume, but that is up to
he's trying to sell it. You don't like
brain
it.
function.
If I take
what you choose to go.
If I take a picture of my car with a for sale sign with no price in it, and I just put it in, they like somebody asks me how much you selling that for, and I just don't leave it there.
I get what you're saying, but to be fair, I don't think that's the same as a Kyrie situation.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a good comparison. It's good arguments, but it's not a good comparison.
If I post something from Amazon,
and Amazon has it up. Why nobody talking to Amazon? They're able to have this out here
because
people share this to the community.
Because it could be on Amazon, but Amazon is not specifically selling it. Somebody else could be selling it through Amazon too. Mm-hmm. Amazon is just the third party.
Yeah,
it could go that way.
Man.
So
saying your hand touch dirt, you're dirty.
I understand that, but Amazon got their hand on everything on this planet right now. So
and they motherfucking, you don't think they dirty?
Yeah, which is why people are not going after Amazon like that. Because like, if that's the case, everything Amazon needs to shut down in general.
Man, Amazon got their hand in some shit.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is, Kyrie posted something. He posted something. He's not saying go buy it. He's not saying not go buy it. He's not promoting it, but he's promoting it. If you're not promoting, then why are you putting it up? You want people to see this.
He's advertising. He's not promoting.
It's just advertising, promoting, same thing. Same thing, different term.
I feel like it's different.
We can advertise our
like,
podcast, but it'd be the same.
You're just putting it. He's kind of right because I feel like advertising is just you're posting,
when you're
putting it up, promoting. I feel like you're right.
Like, can I advertise in this store? Like, you put a sticker up. Like, I might not promote this motherfucking store.
You're right.
So it might just be up there.
When you're watching YouTube videos and an advertisement pop up, what is it doing?
Promoting a product to you.
Yeah. The advertisement is.
So you just
Not Netflix. Netflix just gave you the advertisement. I ain't telling you go do that shit, but hey, they paid to come here to do this.
But you said,
No,
they're listen. They're one and the same. I get what y'all saying, but it's different.
Okay,
he has a point.
Because you get what I'm saying?
No, you have a point. I know what you're trying to say.
Wait, the only difference between the two is the term. It's literally doing the same thing. No, it's literally doing the same thing.
I feel like advertising is a more generalized term. I feel like promoting is like you
like
want
you
somebody
backing it, like you really on this side.
Like you're putting it out there.
Because a lot of people advertise a lot of shit that they don't back.
I feel like they're connected,
so when you advertise something, are you not then promoting that thing?
Nope.
No.
Right,
you as an entity don't have to be promoting. Whatever is promoting is promoting.
Advertising and promoting is the same freeway, just going opposite ways.
Yeah.
It's basically what they're saying. That's what it is. The barrier is the only thing that separates. It's the same.
Yes, it's the
you
same.
can hear each other on the other side of the wall.
Like if it's an accident over there, you see them. Like you do.
It's the same. It's the same expressway.
Yeah, just different ways.
It's 696, but it's just either you going east or west.
Facts.
That's it. That's the only difference. It's basically
you can easily go to one or the other, especially if you have a huge following.
This topic actually goes really good into my next one that I wanted to hit.
Yeah.
Which is understanding and agreeing. Not being the same thing. That motherfucker's confused and it pisses me off.
How do they confuse it?
Because just because you understand how something can be a certain way doesn't necessarily mean you agree with it, but people believe because you understand it. For example, this dude at my job, old guy, he was telling me how back in his time, how he thought people in Detroit was just lazy motherfuckers, nothing but criminals.
I gotta go.
He hated. Wait, hold on. He hated people in Detroit because he grew up like in the country. So all he heard about Detroit was that motherfuckers killing, selling drugs, and all that. So he thought everybody in Detroit didn't want to work until he actually worked down in Detroit and he seen like people selling drugs and he was talking to somebody like, look at them, like they don't want to go get a job. And the dude had to tell him, like, I forgot if he said it was the mayor or the governor, but basically they was like, they're like, well, they took all the jobs. It was basically after the riots. Like they took all the jobs out of Detroit and moved into the suburbs. Mm-hmm. They then all the bus lines for Detroit into 8 Mile. Mm-hmm. So you can only catch the bus around Detroit. It would not take you anywhere outside Detroit. It wouldn't take you to no suburbs but Detroit. So if all the jobs are out of the city and their transportation only ends at 8 Mile, let's say you got a job at 15 Mile in Gratiot.
And the suburb bus closed earlier.
Yeah. And the suburbs bus don't go into Detroit. So your bus line end at 8 Mile, but the jobs are 5-6 miles away after you get off the bus. How are you supposed to get to work? How are you going to work?
To that bus
how are you going to feed your family? All the jobs are gone. You have no transportation to get out. So white people, so you're going to do you got to do what you got to do to feed your family, feed yourself. Mm-hmm. I.e. sell drugs, rob, do whatever you need to do. Black people, the people in Detroit hated the people in the suburbs because they thought they was all racist and hated people down here. People in the suburbs thought everybody in Detroit was lazy. The motherfuckers don't want to work and they nothing but criminals. It's like, but really, that mayor basically fucked up the city of Detroit. Everybody's in a dome in Detroit. You can't really get outside Detroit unless you have a car.
Well, necessary.
So the old timer said after the guy explained it to him like that, he was like, huh. That is really fucked up. It opened his mind and be like, because the old timer's like, if you couldn't get to work, but you had a family to feed, what would you do? Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, if I was in their position and I got to feed my family, I understand it. And I said all that to say, basically, he now understand it's not that they lazy. It's that there's no jobs, so they got to do what they got to do to survive. I'm not agreeing with what they have to do. You know, you can work harder. You can walk to jobs and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can work harder, but understand why people are not doing that. And that's basically the agreeing and understanding that I'm saying. Because people will hear that story and be like, oh, so you agree that it's okay to rob people and do all this and da, da, da.
It's kind of like the same thing with Kyrie to a degree.
Yeah,
I never agree with robbing. Yeah.
I never agree with it, but I understand why it happens.
Selling some drugs. Hey, putting on your drugs. Putting on your drugs.
Putting on your drugs, he said. We are not promoting drug use on this podcast.
No, we are not.
Side note.
But basically, Do y'all
But you can
do y'all
sell 'em.
believe that society as a whole think agreeing and understanding is the same thing?
I don't know as a whole.
I don't know as a whole. I
would
think it's
say yes.
certain scenarios or certain situations.
When Trump was in office, if you said Trump had any good points,
Nick.
motherfuckers was labeling
Yeah.
you as a Trump supporter.
So you agree with him?
Like, so-
You got a point here.
But people
Might be
people are
honest.
quick to label you a Trump supporter just because somebody make a good point. Or motherfuckers be like, Kyrie, for example, the whole Kyrie thing. Kyrie said, there are some things in there I don't agree with, but he fuck with the film.
Mhm.
You can take what you want out of every situation. That doesn't mean you necessarily agree or you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of truth in everything, man.
But
I
I
mean,
want to know, do y'all think that society believe agreeing, or do y'all think agreeing and understanding is the same thing?
Yeah, no.
They're definitely not the same
No.
thing.
When you sent that, I had a revelation a couple minutes later.
Told you.
I was like, don't call me up.
Listen, I was
Look,
like, bro, I
y'all
just
got
had
loved
some
ones.
shit.
Y'all got loved ones that do stupid shit all the time. Y'all understand why they might do stupid shit? Don't mean you agree with it.
Sometimes I don't even understand. Nigga.
Sometimes it's both. I disagree and I don't understand. You're just
But
dumb.
you still love them either way. Sometimes
Yeah,
you
of course.
understand.
Yeah.
You understand how they got in this situation. You're not
Yeah.
agreeing with it. But if you're going to go do that, that's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It starts with like not being able to take accountability or not being willing to get called out on your shit. I think a lot of it stems from that intent into people not being able to see that agreeing and understanding are different, because if they I'm trying to think of the right way.
I just had a brain blast moment
Had a blast.
of a perfect scenario.
Oh, go ahead. I actually want to hear it.
It's actually from last week's episode with the whole Alisha saying it's racist to only want to date your race.
Y'all racist.
I understand. I could understand.
Not racist.
I could understand how people will want to date outside their race. Or no, I can understand how people will only want to date their race.
Mhm.
I might not agree because if you like me and I like you, then I'm down for whatever. Fuck the skin color. But I understand why people would date inside their race.
Yeah. And the reason that you understand
Yeah.
it is because it's your own personal decision and it ain't got shit to do with me.
Okay.
Like, so what?
I agree.
So at the end of the day, what you do when it comes to that, it's not out of my control. I understand that certain people have lived certain lives in certain situations, whether traumatic or like really good things in their life that happened that led them to think a certain way or do certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and
That sounds like a stereotype to me.
or they end up liking a certain type of people based on the experience they have in life. If that's a stereotype, I mean,
Some stereotypes are accurate.
yeah.
Most stereotypes are accurate.
For real, though. That's
People just don't
funny,
want to
man.
agree. People just don't want to admit that's what it is.
They don't want to agree. They can understand.
We just hate the negative one. That's what I'm
They
saying. We
can
just hate the negative
understand.
ones.
Why you
Hate
think
the negative
why you
because
think
we don't want to
comedians
take
get-
accountability.
Why do you think comedians get up there and say the same point, like same stereotypes, and it's
Man,
always
race
hilarious
jokes be here.
because there's some truth in
Same
it.
shit,
Anyway, what's another topic? Oh, what was it?
That made Doku that we talk about. We already talked about.
I forgot what that last topic was.
Oh, boys not crying.
Oh yeah. How I came up with that one.
Yeah.
So basically, how I came up with a topic that basically said, "Boys don't cry." / girls don't need a man.
Girls being independent.
Girls being independent. Different scenarios, but same effect. Because girls have been told from a young age, be independent. You don't need a man.
I don't think so.
X, Y, and Z. Oh yeah, for sure. You might not have, but I think growing up,
Alisha,
No.
take a look around the room.
but no,
No.
growing up, women have been told that, so they take it very literal in their later days.
Not all women are told that.
A lot of women are.
No, a lot are told, get the man, get a bag, use him and abuse. You're like, what do you mean?
But basically,
the man should provide. You should just look pretty and have like, what?
So to me, using and abusing doesn't that mean like her being independent and focusing on herself?
Using and abusing with like money.
Hold on, wait. Let me finish.
And provide.
So basically,
not being independent.
Basically, as the women grow up and they have that mentality, they go into the world with that mentality. Think I absolutely don't need a man. In reality, men and women need each other. I don't need a man, blah, blah, blah. But then they wonder why they have a hard time holding down a man when they have one, because they're being so combative and everything. It's the same thing with a boy. A boy grows up being told boys don't cry, boys don't cry. They take that into literally everything, emotional wise. So they act out in different ways because they told boys don't cry. I think it has the same effect on boys and girls. It's different scenarios. But I think women take that very literal. So then when they get older and they get into their dating life, they're told, I don't need a man. So they don't want men to do. A lot of times they're not used to men doing shit for them because they don't want it to feel like, oh, I feel like
you're controlling.
Yeah, you controlling, or you doing that so you can have some type of power over me or blah, blah, blah. Like, no, that's not what it is. Men
I think you're more speaking towards, I don't know.
I think men have a power struggle when it comes to that. I think men feel like they need to, and because of, once again, past things that are said.
I don't think men.
They feel like they need to provide, or they need to do, go out of the way and do certain things.
I don't think men are.
For that type of woman,
I don't think men feel like they. I won't say necessarily feel like, but if you're raised right, because I won't say men are taught. If you're raised right, you're taught how to be chivalrous and take care of your woman. So you grow up wanting to do that. Yeah. So I want to do that.
As we're saying, it's a certain household.
Yeah.
It's households, for sure.
So but naturally, like I want to be the breadwinner and take care of my woman and my kids and my family. But when I have a partner who is combative and as competitive, it don't mesh. Because what I wanted to do and what you grew up like, I'm not doing it because I have no power over me. It's not about having power over you. It's that I want to take care of y'all versus trying to have a control over you. I'm not saying that there's men out here who don't want to control over their women, but most of the time it's like, I want to do that because as a man, that's basically what you're taught. I think it's innate in you.
Still trying to want to take care of your family. Yeah, I believe that.
That's a weird. This is a quick side note, but I just saw a tweet. I followed this therapist, and she posts like very like crazy shit that be having me down the rabbit hole. But I just saw a tweet she will post about like things that happen in childhood that come out in relationships, and she was saying how a lot of relationships experience power struggle.
Yeah. I seen you share that.
And I thought that was just, because I was like, oh, she's speaking to the motherfucker. She patient tonight. Like, she should be. But no, really, I was just thought that was an interesting concept as well, because I didn't realize that power struggle could come from not having like certain needs met as a child.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, she really, I was like, I'm about to book her tonight.
Your childhood really does affect your whole life. And people don't realize that, which is why I said growing up, if you're being told you don't need a man, be independent, blah, blah, blah. Once you become an adult, you go into the world with that mindset. And
hence the power struggle when you find one that wants to provide for you.
Exactly. It's the same thing where boys don't cry. Boys grow up thinking and they take it literal. So when they become an adult, they take it very literal. I can't cry because it's a sign of weakness. Mm-hmm. So they lash out in different ways because their feelings are hurt. It's different scenarios, but same effect in my eyes. And I was wondering if y'all feel the same exact way with that.
I don't think those two scenarios correlate exactly, but I do think I see what you're saying. I understand, but I don't agree. Pulling that one out. Yeah. I'm going to be pulling that one out.
Full circle. It's a full circle thing. I definitely think it has the same exact effect.
But I don't know about the crime.
Hand in hand.
Yeah, because it definitely can affect you negatively. I don't believe boys should whine.
Because I feel like one is more like emotionally based.
I don't agree with whining. That's one thing I would not stand for, some whining and that shit. Now, if you crying, I understand. Like, if I see you crying, That's cool. But like, all that
I'm glad you went
you ain't
there.
got to express your emotions in that manner, man. You can. It's a different way. You ain't got to be.
Yeah.
Come on,
'Cause-
bro.
Hit that note one
Like,
time.
no, why? Because he be in those positions sometimes. I be like, come on.
Whining
Like, you
and
just
crying
whining.
are
And then
two
he'll
different
straighten
things.
up and be like, well, okay. Like, bro, I know you just tripping for no
so-
reason right now.
To speak on like the boys don't cry thing, because I definitely, in a lot of ways, I do agree with what you were saying, but I think lately, or I don't know, over like the last maybe 10 years or so, has been more promoting men to be more emotional, in tune with their emotions. It's okay to cry. It's okay to do all this and everything there. And it's getting promoted so much to the point where it seems like the men that are telling you be alpha and like be strong and do this, do that, to try and like build yourself up as a man and get shut out. Or they try to minimize that as much as possible. And that's where a lot of like the red pill and stuff comes out, and that's how it got popular, because it started to swing so heavily in favor of the it's okay to cry, it's okay to be weak, it doesn't matter, like do this, do that, it's okay, just like be emotional, be in your emotions, all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
I want men to be
a lot of
something
men that like when you grow up, you learn to be a lot more stoic in like your emotions. You don't like, you manifest them in a lot more different ways, and like less subtle and like more strategic ways to express yourself, as opposed to just going the emotional route, which for a lot of men is anger. It's not usually like just crying all the time.
Yeah.
So that's where I start to see the issues I have questions on.
I say just have good outlets. Like, it's good things to do. You know, shoot.
I think you need
different
to.
kind of stuff, bowling, whatever you.
Nigga cry.
I think talking,
Dang.
like sitting down,
You can
talking with your
definitely
kid and
cry,
explaining the difference in
Yeah.
that, because kids take everything very literal. So kids sit there and be like, "I'm not gonna cry." Like, boy, you get hit real hard, you want to cry, but you fighting back, or your feelings get hurt, you fighting back, crying. You better not start crying. How many times have we heard that as a kid?
Oh,
Yeah.
You better not start crying. So you sit there and fight, try not to cry. That's why I say I feel it's the same with girls. You don't need a man. You hear that growing up, whether it's from your parents, people around you, music videos,
Or
movies,
by
all
example,
the shit.
like growing up seeing that as an example.
You hear that so much when you grow up, you take it very little. I don't need a man for shit.
Period. That's funny.
And in a sense,
Just kidding.
I understand the message, but kids take that very little. So then when you get in a relationship, like I said, or like you said, Alisha, that power struggle starts to happen. And women take it as like, oh, you just insecure. It's like, it's not about being insecure. Like, I was raised this way. You was raised that way. This is why we're struggling, but y'all don't have that conversation. She calls you insecure. You call her out her name. Y'all fight all the time. And this bitch is crazy or blah, blah, blah. Like, no. It's a different time now. Women can actually work. So y'all can't compare it to your grandparents' time.
I feel that. I used to be a little like that. Like, I understood. And once again, you don't realize things affected you, because like my mom always worked. She was always like overworked in a sense. Always, going above and beyond. There was never no man taking, you know what I'm saying, holding it down, taking care. Not saying that, my dad wasn't there or anything, but they weren't together. And then my stepdad, he worked too, but it was just like my mom was always grinding. She's still grinding to this day. So I just look at it and take it from that. Not that I wouldn't. It would be very hard for me to live a different type of lifestyle where I wasn't like working and providing, grinding for myself. Like, not judging like people who are. I understand, but I'm starting to get a little used to just relaxing a little bit. Like, if your man want to take care of you a little bit, there's nothing wrong with that. It's all about your dynamics and your relationship. Like, I feel like people also take things that they view or saw and then try to push that into their relationship. Like, it's your relationship. Do whatever you want. If your man want to take care of you and you stay at home and he pays every single bill, do that. If you want the opposite, you want your man to sit around and play video games all day and not do anything, some people might judge you, but who gives a fuck? Do that. If you're happy, you're happy. If you're providing for each other and taking care of each other, that's a win in my book.
I agree. I just think it's really hard for a lot of people in the social media age, very short attention span type of time frame, to be able to digest and really understand and comprehend a message like that. just at this point in their lives, because a lot of them are a lot younger, so it doesn't really resonate with them yet. So
it takes a while. You gotta date and experience yourself too, and then sometimes you don't understand that those things are. You don't understand that. Well, this is what I mean by that, by dating and experiencing those things, because you could say like, "Oh, I don't have these issues. I'm healed," or not healed, or "I changed," and then you get into a relationship, and that's where you're once again you're in your most vulnerable, and things start to come out. And how do you know how to, if you change, if you're not in a relationship, to see how these things come out? If that makes sense. Like if you're by yourself, you can only work on yourself so much by yourself. Like humans are meant to have relationships and connect with people, and eventually you are gonna make a relationship, or not. Maybe you will shut down completely. Some people are like that, but if you want a relationship and you want to be with somebody, eventually you're gonna realize how those things play out, and you're gonna have to work on them a little more.
I wonder if it's just me, or if like when I change, or like I feel like a growth or a development in myself over a period of time, it's something that I'm able to notice and manifest. Is that not a common thing in all people?
No.
No?
Wait, explain it better.
Like, I'm trying to think. So it's like, basically how I'm seeing it, like over like a short period of time, like I'm on my grind, I'm getting better at my job, like I'm learning new skills, and like I'm making more money doing this, doing that, and like I'm growing, and I'm mentally becoming more confident in all these different things, and I'm seeing a growth in myself, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to understand, is that an uncommon thing for people to see? Because you're saying that people can only see that I can only get ready so much by myself before I can get into a relationship. And I'm arguing, I feel like I would know when I'm at a point where I could tolerate a relationship and still be functional in my everyday life.
Yeah, but there's a difference between tolerating and participating. You know what I'm saying? Like in a relationship, there's a whole nother person. There's a whole
tolerate wasn't the right word. Tolerate was not the right word.
Yeah,
I think.
And you might go into it saying, "I'm changed. I know that I am good on this, this, and this," and then you go into it. Maybe that person has insecurities that play on your insecurities, or maybe you thought you changed on that, and now this person is making you revert back to the old way. Like there's so many things I feel like once you get into it, then you realize how those things play out, and that's why so many relationships ultimately fail, because you don't work on you don't do the work. Like you're just like, okay, well I did it, like those girls out there, I'm a whole catch, like I did this and this, like my other man just couldn't rise to the occasion, and then they get into another relationship and then they get into another relationship and they're just like convinced like, no, I did all the work, yada yada yada. Meanwhile, a lot of things that they're doing and saying are, you know, toxic or hurtful, and not even on purpose. Like you might not even realize that you are, you know, doing toxic and hurtful things. Did that person express that to you? Did you ask, like, or did you just assume, like, nah, he just couldn't, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't handle all of this because I'm a real woman or whatever.
All that shit stems from lack of communication.
Men do it too, but
I think that you notice when you're like elevating, and you notice when you're being real stagnant. Everybody notice. Like, we know what to do to get ourselves out of a situation. It's just a matter of, do we have the motivation to do it or not?
Mm-hmm.
People get comfortable sitting in their bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't have the motivation to get themselves out, which is fine. Like if you choose to live that way, that's fine. But you can't blame the world for your shit. You put yourself in this predicament. You know what you need to do to get out of it. You might not like it. You might not want to have to do it. So you run away from doing it. And I think that's people's biggest issues and shit. And when it comes to relationships, like what Alisha was saying, like, I know my worth. I do this, and this. If you have a list of naming off the shit that you actually provide to your partner, you're not a good partner.
Like, because why do you have to list it out? You just show that shit with your actions and how you carry yourself.
If you can list, that's what
I'm gonna say. You can still know what you bring to your partner, but it just don't be like trying to use it against.
But
exactly.
You can know what you bring to your partner. You can know, like,
Mm-hmm.
y'all should actually talk and understand. Like, this is what I'm good at, and this is the person's relationship you good at, and this is where y'all should be meeting.
And this is where we slacking.
But I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh yeah, my relationship, I pay bills, I got my own car, I work the most, I'm a good dad, I'm doing blah blah. Yeah, all the shit you supposed to do as an adult, nigga. Like, I'm not about to pat you on the back for being a good partner in a relationship.
Yeah.
What's
like those should be prerequisits.
Yes,
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like it should though.
Because sometimes everybody's at a different level. I feel, and say some people do stay together and work on that relationship. It's very, very rare, and they make it through and they do everything. But sometimes you find out more in that relationship, and then you get out, and then you're like, okay, where did this fail? Where did this go wrong? What are things I could work on? What did I improve on? Maybe you did have, a car and this, but maybe you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't have a job at the time. Things can happen.
Yeah.
And maybe that wasn't the reason that she left you, because you didn't have a job. Maybe you just didn't cater to her emotionally. She didn't probably didn't have it probably didn't help your case, but that's not doing, you know what I'm saying? So in the next relationship you say, okay, well, I had a job. Okay, that's, you know what I'm saying? It's a different element. It's like a bunch of like variables you have to look.
But basically, don't name off superficial shit that you supposed to do as an adult or as a partner in a relationship. Like, I don't, like, if you could name all that shit off to me, because then now I'm be expecting it.
Yeah, not to mention 20 other people could do that. That sounds horrible, but everybody's looking to one up. Everybody's looking to level up. It sounds really bad.
Motherfuckers don't stay in a relationship for years just off the superficial shit that you do.
Yeah.
You providing some shit that
the others are not.
Might not be a big deal to you, might not be important to you, but to me, what you did for me, that small gesture you just did for me meant everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that is what honestly matters. Like the shit
that's why I feel like you should reward good.
That's why I said, if you could list off the shit that you do, to me, that's like, okay, you naming off bare minimum shit.
It depends on what you're naming off, though.
And it depends where everybody's where the bare minimum is for them, because everybody has a bar.
No, it adds. That's cool, but it's also expected. I mean, outside of like, oh, I expect you to cook for me, shit like that. Like outside of that, but like if you're naming off typical relationship shit that we should be giving each other, that's nothing. Yeah. But like the little intimate moments that I get with you that might not be that big of a deal for you. Like you go to bed at night or whatever, the certain way you just lay down in bed. It's like,
the way you throw it back for me, girl.
But I'm saying like,
points.
Like when you see your girl like actually comfortable around you for the first time or whatever, like hair up, no makeup, all this shit, blah blah, and y'all just chilling, kicking. That hits more than like. Yeah, so I drove, I picked him up, or I got my own job. I don't give a fuck about all that. I care about this exact moment. We laying in bed.
Yeah.
You staring at your phone, scrolling TikTok or whatever, and you look over me like, what are you looking at? Bitch, I'm in love with you right now. What are you talking about?
Like, damn,
bitch, I'm in love with you right now. I'm about to use that.
Like, it's shit
what's
like
going on over here?
Shit like that to me, that's what's matters. And that's why I said, like, that's why I say don't name off superficial shit and just, or surface level shit and be like, oh yeah, I'm a good person. I get my own money. I got my own place. I got my own.
You should want that for yourself. Blah, blah. That's for you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Keep pushing.
That's cool.
But you could be a horrible person at the end of the day.
Like a chick, like if a chick was saying that or a dude was saying that, like, yeah, but you're also 25. This is the shit you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have this shit. So what else do you offer? To?
Dog, and if they older, well. Damn, bitch! You just got that? It's about damn time. Like where you been?
I just hate seeing it.
On your breast.
The thing I hate the most is I hate seeing niggas online complain about women, but they not doing shit to get themselves to the women. That shit pisses me off. Like you complain about all women are the same or no women want me, blah blah. Nigga, look at you. Would you want to sleep with you?
Or when you do get a woman, you fumble the bag, like, completely.
Or when you get a woman, you either overbearing or you're fucking way over controlling.
Or worse, you're nonchalant. Like, it's no big deal. She'll be around.
I think
all those niggas out there I've experienced.
I think nonchalant niggas keep the girl. I think when you overbearing,
not always. Eventually, you're gonna meet, or you're gonna realize that the nonchalant ain't it.
Or maybe it's not a match because the person in question is over emotional.
Yes.
What? Nonchalant?
There's different forms of nonchalant though. There's nonchalant like, oh, that's my girl. Like you're understanding nonchalant.
I give a fuck about some shit in a minute.
Yeah, but I mean like the nonchalant where the point where like you're not doing anything to contribute nonchalant.
The only person who can get me off my P's and Q's is fucking Kayla. Other than that, my nonchalantness is fucking A1. Like I told you, I'd ignored the chick for 2 weeks. I still haven't talked to her to this day.
She about to text you in a couple of weeks, like, what are we? Because that's what girls be doing, bro.
This is 12 years, 10 years later.
So you really just go ignore me?
So you really got a whole kid on me? We was together.
She's still talking about you with her girlfriends right now, I swear to God.
To this day.
And then he just ghosted me.
I'm petty in a sense, but like my nonchalantness overrides my pettiness. Because I look at it, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this back and forth shit. I be petty, you be petty. We keep going back and forth. You know what? You got it.
Yeah, I feel like
I'll eat this L.
Like at the end of the day, a lot of guys are like that. It's just like I don't want the extra stress of this shit.
So what is wrong than just communicating that? What's wrong with that? Just saying like, hey, clearly this is not working out. Be good, love.
Because I don't want to deal with the headache.
It's not a headache.
The headache of breaking it off can be a little bit challenging.
I just don't give a fuck about. I understand that later on. Like
there's no headache.
This is
you can just communicate it and go on.
We don't give a fuck about it. We gonna get over this shit. We gonna be going.
It depends. I don't want to deal with the headache. If you've driven me crazy enough to the point where I'm considering breaking up, I'm about to just leave.
I'm just gonna take it's a no from me.
I'm about to just leave. I ain't about to deal with the drama. Have a good life.
That should be something easy.
That's what I'm saying.
What if sensational.
It is.
That should be
so if you and Kayla, hypothetically, if you and Kayla were about to break up or you were deciding to part ways or something happened, you're not about to just leave.
I would ask her like what went wrong.
Exactly.
I'll ask her.
That's a mature.
I would ask
her.
That's
a mature ending to a relationship. That's what I'm saying. The nonchalant is a little toxic.
I would ask her what went wrong.
Exactly.
What did I do wrong?
You need a little bit of closure, a little bit of emotional vulnerability.
I don't be needing none of that.
That would be my question. Like, if she wanted to break it off, I would ask, like, what went wrong? What did I do wrong?
And if you want to break it off, you would have to. I feel like you would at least owe her the.
If she was like, well, you did this, and this, or you didn't do this, and this, and she still wanted to leave, I'm like, all right, well, we had a good run.
After you had the talk, yeah.
We had a good run.
You're not about to be like, it is what it is. I won't talk to you.
I would tell.
Talk, though?
Huh?
Do you feel like you owe him the talk? Y'all break
Absolutely.
Up?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
After 4 years and a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say I would ask her all these questions. I'm like,
what's the threshold?
How you break up? Like,
I would say.
Like, I just don't want to be with you.
My last thing to her would be, like, unless it's about Kingston, there's no reason for us to talk.
Also, sometimes people are just like really not hurtful, but like sometimes you can't have that conversation. Like people just can't handle the conversation. Or mature enough to have. Sometimes you do have to step away, but I'm saying like you should at least put the effort in.
I believe in karma. I don't like putting bad energy on people. So it's like, you do you, I do me.
I got too much anxiety now. Like we need to talk this out, and like even if you hate me, just be like, "Bitch, I hate you," and I'll be like, "Okay, understood."
I don't even need to know that.
Carry on. No, I need to know.
I know I'm not gonna see you.
Yeah, like I said, like
you never say never.
If me and her was a split,
I don't think I see none of them.
If me and her was a split, my one request from her would be like, there's no reason for us to talk unless it's specifically about our kid. If it's not about our kid. What you do in your personal life and what I do in my personal life is none of each other's business anymore.
Well, kind of, because if she got with another dude.
That's what I was about to say. Unless it's directly going to affect him, i.e. somebody, we start dating somebody that's going to be around our kid. We at least owe each other that. Yeah. Because our kid is involved in this. Other than that, what you do with your life, what I do in my life is none of each other's business.
Yeah.
And that's how I will end it. I'm not saying I'll be able to walk away just fine. And I'll be like, I won't be emotional. I won't be hurt.
That's fine. That's how it is. He be talking to the group chat like, so we getting shots tonight.
That's like ain't no way in hell I'll be able to fake. Ain't no way in hell I'll be able to fake that. Like I'm not hurt about it.
Oh my God.
But I wouldn't be like boohoo crying like, please stay with me. But I was like, oh, you go do you. I'm about to be over here clenching my chest.
Look,
like the meme.
Because that's part of the risk that you run getting into a relationship every time. Like whether or not, like how much you want it to work out. You have to be willing to take that in as a possible outcome.
Everybody
think
ain't
also-
willing to
No matter
take
how
that
far
in.
you
People
into
are
it.
so quick to break up. Like they just go straight to that. Well, we can just break up. Like there's other avenues
I think
to
that's
work
abandonment
out through
issues.
to work through a relationship.
Leave me like
right?
everyone else did in my life.
Yeah, like
Oh.
0 to 100 real quick.
But that's gonna have to do it for this week.
Oh,
Do
I had to
your
go
work,
cry on the
man. Do
phone.
your
I had to go
work.
cry on the phone saying that shit to me, bro. I was breaking up with her. Dog,
Leave
you want
me
to talk
like
about
everyone-
gas? You want
leave
to talk
me
about
like my dad
gaslighting?
did.
I would have said, all right, click.
You want to talk about gaslighting,
See
my
why that
nigga?
nigga got the fuck up out of here.
Leave me like my virginity did.
Get that shit off me, bro.
But all right, that's episode 96, y'all.
97.
97. Oh god,
97.
jeez. Episode 99. I better have braids.
Hey.
Hey,
Oh,
I
no.
get
Happy-
braided up too. We about to
Happy 2-year anniversary.
Damn.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah,
it
the
was
2-year
it was last Thursday.
This
Y'all
little
got,
baby growing up.
Any encouraging words for the listeners?
Nigga, if you got a platform, explain enough of what you mean for people to at least understand where you stand on something.
Alisha, Mondo.
Yeah.
And 1 minute after the death, it's too late. Just know.
Stop always going to the negative off bat.
And if you want to spice things up in your relationship, hit your chick with a shocker. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Right here on the StruggleHolics podcast.
I beg your pardon.
I cannot stand
Yeah,
it.
let's do it,
And it's
yeah.
fucking soundbook.
All right, y'all. That's gonna do it this week. I'm Clay Tizzle.
I'm Jay Smooth.
Alisha.
Amondo.
Signing out.
Peace.
Yeah.